It's your main man, Mike, baconeggendcheese.com. I'd like to welcome you all to another Corna Convo. As usual, I'm not alone. I have a lovely, lovely panel of people here with me. And we're gonna start on the left side as usual with the first time. Yeah, I got over doing the first time was high because it felt real feminine when I did it for the dudes. So I'm gonna try to go low. Let's do it again. We got ourselves a first timer. Yeah. And he goes by the name of
Mitchell Hennessy.
My man Mitch Hennessy in the building. Next to Mitch Hennessy is the one and only
Shawnee's.
SUNY Canada in the building. Behind Shawnee's is the one and only
Aida.
All day, every day.
Tasty.
Tasty. That's the new one. After we say Aida all day, every day, we're gonna say tasty. I'm not editing that. Bam! We're gonna go to my right. Starting with the one and only
BK Diva.
bitches in the building. Next to BK Diva is my main man,
Bobby Barbados, baby.
yeah, Bobby Barbados has returned to the Corna Convo. Next to Bobby Barbados is the one and only
Simply AJ.
I ain't gonna say shit after that. That's right. Simply AJ. Who is that behind Simply AJ? G-Spot. All day, every day. Did you find it?
Every time.
Yeah. All right. Now that we've gotten the ignorance out of the way, we're gonna switch speeds a little and we're gonna get professional. Can you hear that, Joe?
Put it in the drawer.
Put it in the drawer.
Over there.
Oh, poor phone.
Is it a Blackberry?
Don't talk about his phone, because I got that phone.
It's a blue. That's what my
Yo,
grandmother called me.
I had a Blueberry. A Blueberry's a good phone.
No,
And we're back, because Bobby Barbados had to fix his phone. Okay, you guys are aware of the passing of Rodney King, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Everybody's aware of it. Does everybody know how he died?
No.
Drowned.
Yeah, that's what he found him.
In his house though, right?
Bottom of the pool. Yeah.
In the pool in his house.
Yeah.
And his,
He died when he went to that pool in
she was in the tub, in the hotel. Pool, tub, two different things.
Drowning, so.
Yeah. One was on drugs and one might have been drinking, but we don't know that. I'm not gonna talk about you, Rodney. We don't know. I'm not gonna do that.
Well, we do know he was a recovering alcoholic.
He was a recovering alcoholic.
He was on Celebrity
Rehab with what's that dude named Dr. Drew?
Dr.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, he was. That was actually really sad to watch, the fact that he was broke and at work and constantly drunk. But he
It was
recovered.
Rodney King. I mean, it wasn't like.
How much money was he awarded?
He was,
I don't remember.
He wasn't inducted by him as a king.
So we talking about Rodney King, not Dr. King. But still, it was sad. It was sad, Joe.
I'm sorry I laughed at that. It's
It's all right.
Funny.
All right. So we can show respect. Quick moment of silence for the passing of Rodney King right now. It was a beautiful moment. I thank you all for being quiet. That being said, I'd like to ask everyone to, how do they feel about the passing of Rodney King? And more importantly, do you think that, the incident that is his legacy had a lasting effect?
No.
I think
no.
it did.
Yes.
I think it had a lasting effect in comedy. It did. Like all comedians use it.
I hear you.
Everybody use it.
Him and what's the white boy name? Reginald Denning.
Yeah.
That part was.
That was it. Just for the comedian.
But that part wasn't funny. Yeah.
What, Reginald Denning?
No, because did he die?
No.
No,
they just
beat the brakes off.
They just pulled him out the truck. Hey, listen, that was circumstances.
Bottle to the.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I liked it. I'm sorry. I was glad he got beat. Sometimes I think that we don't have enough repercussions for actions taken against us. I bet you he won't hurt nobody black. Never. Reginald Denning probably send monthly checks to the NAACP.
Wow. Yeah. What's that stand for?
Don't ask me that.
A lot of colors.
But no, but seriously, do you guys think that what happened to Rodney King and the actions thereafter have had an effect on how we live today?
Well, I don't look at Rodney King as having a legacy. I don't think he has a legacy. A legacy is something to me that, you basically, it's almost like planting a seed and you're possibly, or not possibly, but progressively helping it grow.
You don't think he planted a seed?
No, Rodney King got beat unfortunately, and due to the circumstances, there was an uproar and a riot from a community that was outraged. But technically, what did he do after his beating to actually make an impact on other brothers not getting beat? Absolutely nothing.
He
And the
said,
fact
"Can
that
we all just get along?"
Come on, that's bullshit.
No.
He said, I would wear that on a shirt.
Not just on the shirt. Yo, seriously, he took the beating and then he presented himself to the press in order to express how he felt about the situation and to help calm down the riots.
Well, to be very honest with you, if half of the brothers that got beat and assaulted by police officers or any other form of the armed forces were able to speak up because they survived, I think they all should call a press conference.
I want to
That's
ask
not
an ignorant
something
question.
out of the ordinary.
I want to ask an ignorant question. What's the difference between Rodney King and Rosa Parks?
What's the difference?
Yeah.
I feel like Rosa Parks lived her life after fighting civil rights and injustices against black people at that time. I think she literally lived out her existence making sure that that didn't happen again. And to me, that's the difference between someone leaving a legacy and someone having something happen to them and then they becoming a part of the circumstance. And to me, that's what Rodney King was. He was just a part of the circumstance. Now, it's not to take anything away from the brother. I mean, first of all, what happened to him, I would never want to happen to anyone. Anyone for that matter. There might be some white people that deserve it, but whatever. But
Swats.
I definitely can say that, you know, his struggle with alcoholism and possibly anything else that he might have indulged in was definitely not the recourse to, you know, dealing with what happened to him. And to
That's
me,
tough,
it's almost like, you know, thank you, white America, for allowing us to showcase a man who was discriminated against, and now he's discriminating against himself every single day by being a product of this society and what they expect black men to do. You know, you get beat, you go to jail, you come home, you still drink, you still beat up your women. I mean,
He didn't beat his woman.
I don't know, I'm not saying he did it. I'm just saying in general, I'm speaking.
I think it's
from-
interesting that she was in the kitchen when he died, knowing that he can't swim, and she heard a splash and didn't go out there and see anything.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I didn't watch
I
that.
didn't know the whole story. I just heard.
Yeah,
Well,
his-
she
so
was
he
a
can't swim
juror.
in the
She was
pool?
a juror on his.
She might have think he jumped into the
on
pool.
the civil.
The civil suit?
Case? Are you serious?
She was a juror.
Wow, that's
I didn't
interesting
know that.
information. I didn't know that either.
She was a juror.
Now I really think it's
So
foul
she
play.
fell in love with him or something?
I suppose
I mean-
she was his fiance or whatnot.
She was his financee.
But they said
Well,
they found
he
him
had
at the
to
bottom of
do
the pool, though.
He drowned.
The bottom?
The
Bottom.
Well,
When you
the
drown-
toxicology
But you
reports
gotta
haven't come back,
float for
so.
at least what?
A day? Come on, they find dead bodies floating all the
Right.
time. How did he end up at the
The
bottom?
bottom.
Well, you
pool full?
Maybe he just ate. I don't know. Savage. I don't know. He was a big snake.
I don't know. That's something we might have to
And-
We might have to Google that.
scientifically.
How big was the pool? Was it a wading pool? Was it a?
But I mean, it was a pool in his house.
Well, I'm gonna hope he didn't drown in an inflatable pool.
No, what I
And the
mean
kids.
is,
I
not
know.
everybody's pool is
It's huge.
goes to 9 feet.
Right.
You know.
Right, so if he could have stood up
some could have been
and not drowned, then that's-
What is pool?
Maybe because he was inebriated, he didn't know to stand up.
But he died today, right?
Oh, but that's
today?
No.
That's
2 days ago?
2 days.
2 days.
I believe our father said.
Yeah, but you know that's the thing. That could be if you're intoxicated, that could possibly alter your flotation.
Buoyancy
Yeah,
or
your
whatever.
buoyancy. Yeah.
I don't know.
In the lungs, the inner lungs may be full.
And that's the real truth. If there's air in your lungs, your torso will stay afloat.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, maybe he was wearing Tim's.
Stop.
So what
We're supposed to be serious right now.
No, this is serious.
Water.
This is
Water
serious.
when you drown?
A brother died. I mean,
So I think
I'm sorry for his
it's
passing.
75% water, so we tend to float with that over the
It's
air.
actually 80%.
80%, right?
That's too much
I thought it was
science.
90.
We went too far.
Well,
Stop.
Rodney King ain't this
Okay,
important for all this
93.2.
deep conversation.
No, honestly, I brought it up because I think it's relevant. I think
Sure.
the truth is today, this week,
Yeah.
there's been so much police against civilian violence.
Because we took that
Kids-
accountability really easy.
But the cops ain't
Not just easy, son. It passed over fast. We did one march. Al Sharpton was on TV once, and that was it.
Not
Are
to
you-
mention
wait.
the cases of people getting killed by police that don't get publicized.
Right. The little boy that got shot in his bathroom. running from the police.
Yeah.
You understand?
I'm not
17 years old.
okay.
I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm appalled by, the fact that, our
Dang, I feel like these mosquitoes make
exposure to what happens in our community is very minimal. Most of us don't care, and the ones that say they do, they're not active, and the ones that are active are the minority. So it's unfortunate. We forget very easily. Listen, seriously, there are cases day after day after day after day after day. I have a friend right now solving civil rights cases from like way back that the federal government closed basically because they couldn't find the killer because nobody dared to give a damn.
Well, one of the reasons I bring
Brothers
up.
being lynched nowadays in 2012 in the South. I mean, so these are issues that we face all the damn time.
That's one of the reasons I bring up the Rodney King in particular. Here we have a case that was not abnormal, right? He was getting beat.
Right.
That ain't new.
Right.
It was videotaped. That was new.
new.
In today's day and age,
That
everybody got a camera.
and people post shit on Facebook.
Quick, that lady died in Flatbush, and it was on Facebook immediately. That is what I would say is the legacy of Rodney King. And it might not be something he had to do with physically, but that was the first time that somebody was like, man, the police is beating this dude, that ain't right. Let me film it. Now, anytime police are in action, people break out their phone. Boom, hey, click. I'm gonna catch you. I got you. But I want to touch on what you said. Rodney King versus Rosa Parks.